Sparks sits in the mecha crab as it scuttles across the desert sands, his artificial mind still reeling from the flood of old memories. Lofus and Pleb make plans for what to do when the party gets back to civilization. With what was found in the tunnels, the Iron Gauntlet should have no trouble locating the Dark Elves that assassinated one of their higher-ranking members, clearing the party's name of any wrongdoing. But, as always, they try to find ways to turn a potential war in their favor. Pleb plans to bring his armies. Remember, he got engaged to a princess, after murdering her dad and blaming a random guy. Pleb thinks he's had an affair with some Dark Elf women before, but he can't remember. Now, for those of you who don't know, Dark Elves, or Drow in D&D, live in a matriarchal society. Male Drow are basically second-class citizens, so if Pleb happens to have good relations with a female Drow of particular importance, that might be a way to stop the war before it even starts. Keyword being good relations. Yeah, Pleb doesn't have the best track record for that. Etsuko, meanwhile, is worried about Sparks. Hey, Sparks, you low on power or something? No, I'm just processing. Do you feel sad? You basically had to relive the memories of watching your creator die? I'm not sure. I've never really felt before. Pfft, yeah, that's a lie. You may not have eyes or lips or skin, but I've seen you get angry before. If you can feel anger, you can feel sadness and loss. I suppose you're correct, Etsuko. But that's not what I was processing. I have new memories. After my maker was destroyed, I was captured. I believe the beings call themselves elementals. Lightning elementals. They kept me, and other creatures in iron arenas. They kept them electrified by their own elemental bodies. They made us fight one another, and the loser was always subjected to torture. My captors had tempers like storms. They would boom in thunder, but quickly fade away. I was subject to magical lightning on a daily basis. I think that's why I can cast magic. So, for those of you who seem confused, let me explain. The way my DM put it is that Warforged are brought into life through magic. A small amount flows through their body like blood in fleshy creatures. The man who made Sparks was a genius, and he gave his creation the ability to absorb magical elements just in case his experiments got out of hand. Fun fact, that's my explanation for why Sparks has the Elemental Adept feat. The others exchanged looks, and Lofus immediately spoke up. So you're like a sponge that absorbed all the lightning and now you can do spells? I suppose. Huh. So, wanna go kill lightning elementals? What? I mean, they tortured you. I figured you want some revenge. It's cathartic. I highly recommend it. Perhaps we should focus on the task at hand first. Clear our names and such. Oh, right. We can do that after. But hey, aren't elementals supposed to be, like, insane killing machines? Why would the lightning ones capture you? The elementals in this world have bound themselves here through magical items of incredible power. This allows them to maintain their true intelligence, even in our world of conflicting elements. Lofus suppressed a spurk. And how many items of elemental power are there? Okay, though this is basically the party's Infinity Gauntlet moment. There is one elemental weapon for each element. You have one for fire, earth, water, and air, but also one for lightning, metal, and wood. According to the Iron Gauntlet's records, those same items were used to push back a demonic invasion, they were used to slay whole armies of demons, and even beat back a demon lord. And the only one with access to the knowledge of where these elemental weapons live is the Gauntlet High Council. Eventually, we all found ourselves back in the city we fled from all those months ago, giving a report back to the Gauntlet and having them muster their armies, and they told us to prepare for our orders. We were going to war! Yay! Oh, and our names were cleared. That's very important. The Dark Elf City was relatively easy to find. Pleb had relations with many Drow women, some men, and even a Drow High Priestess of Lolth. Now, my notes on this part of the campaign are missing. But basically, the armies of the Gauntlet showed up, the Drow had their own army, and even summoned a massive Kraken from an underground lake to fight. We were all prepared for a long, hard siege. But the DM forgot one thing. Bakhtuar. That's right, our little rogue pal. Bet you forgot about her, just like our DM. Our DM also forgot that she had a cursed dagger. It was called the Vorpal Curse, I think. The curse was as follows. When you attack with this weapon, if you roll a 1, the Vorpal Curse within the dagger will decapitate one creature at random chosen by the DM. This curse does not affect constructs, the undead, or any creature without a clearly defined head. Now, decapitation for most creatures is instant death, and our DM assigned every major creature in this giant all-out war a number. So when the dagger's curse went off, he rolled some dice, and wouldn't you know it, he rolled the number of the Kraken. Look at this, look at the monster manual. The Kraken has a clearly defined head, you see it? The curse went off, and the Kraken's head fell off its body with a loud thud. And Pleb seized the opportunity to use his big old persuasion skill to convince the Drow to surrender and accept him as their new being of worship. Because he was the one who killed the Kraken, because he's really a god. And guess what? It worked. And just like that, the big climactic battle that was supposed to take up multiple sessions, the one the DM had been planning and putting together for 4 months, was over in 2 rounds. Man, I love this game. After this, we all needed a break from D&D, so we decided to pick up the game after a month or so. But there was one final thing that happened before we all disbanded for a while. Lofus went to the Iron Gauntlet High Council for an audience. Hello, everyone. What can you guys tell me about the items of elemental power?